Hey guys, good afternoon everyone. Here we are for live trading again, 22nd of June 2026, and just getting set up. Make sure I've got live on YouTube, and we'll get started in just a second. Okay, all looks good. Hope you had a great weekend wherever you are in the world. Let me just turn off the music so you can hear me properly, and then we'll go to the main screen. And there we are. Now looking at XAU USD on the 10-minute time frame. As always, I'm here Monday to Friday for what we call the Tokyo lunch run. That means that Tokyo opened right over here on this candle, this second green candle. Tokyo opened right here, and then they've had 4 or 5 hours of trading. They've gone to lunch and then come back from lunch. So now we'll see what Tokyo closing session is going to do for us. Remember, the market always presents an opportunity to make money. And sometimes the Tokyo closing session can be a good run. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. We'll see what they're going to do today. And that generally starts in about 5 minutes from now. So that's the first candle that I'm looking for, is the next one. This is the 10-minute chart. When this finishes in 4 minutes, then I'll be watching for the next candle to see what the Tokyo closing session is going to do. When they opened, Tokyo opened, boy, they just pushed it way up, and they went above our previous day high, which was the high from Friday, and that was at 42.13. And they took out the previous day high. That's the liquidity pool. And then with all that liquidity, they were able to manipulate the price down to 41.69, a $60 drop. Now it's recovering just a little bit, as that's normal. You know, nothing goes down forever, nothing goes up forever. So it's come back up to a minor resistance level here. We have at 41, what's that, 41.90 resistance zone. It might bounce away from that and then continue its move down. We just have to wait and see. Have our previous day low from Friday at 41.21. So not a big difference between the low and the high on Friday. Of course, it was a holiday in the US, so there wasn't a lot of movement, just about $100 range, $90 range, something like that. Well, let me see what I've got here. I don't seem to be showing that on. Okay. Were you guys seeing my chart at all? Hey, good morning, Alex. Hello, Bad Shah. Good to see you guys here. I was talking away. I don't know if you were seeing what I was looking at on the chart. Did you see what I was pointing out? Okay. I had to refresh my YouTube channel. It didn't get refreshed. So we got another 2 minutes before the first Tokyo closing candle, the Tokyo lunch run, starts. Gold is bearish on the day chart and bearish on the 4-hour chart. This gray box here, this is the Asian session, and we have the Asian high at what is that, 42.21, and the Asian low today, 41.34. It's been a big move from the Tokyo opening session, And then if you see right here, this is the 8 o'clock candle. This is the Shanghai opening right here, this first green candle. And all they did, they went up and took out the previous day high. That's the liquidity pool. And once they had that liquidity pool, they had all those buy stops, sell stops, stop losses, pending orders, everything. Then they were able to push the price down. And now it's making a little bit of a recovery from that. And Alex got in at 41.78, right about there. And we're now at 41.91. So Alex has some profit. That's good. Okay, great. But I'm looking for a short trade. I could be wrong, but gold is bearish on the 4-hour chart and the daily chart. And oil is not doing anything. It's just stuck at $75. So sometimes we can get an indication which way gold is going to go if we look at the price of oil, but oil is not doing anything. We can look at the USD, the DXY. The dollar has been going up. Okay, the last hour it's coming back down, but it's reached a pretty high there at 100, got to 101 last week. And now we've got our first candle on the Tokyo lunch run. So I'm going to show a little bit of how I adjust my trend lines, but I'm going to wait just a little bit. Let's see what the Tokyo lunch run is going to do. And here we go. So if the way my trend line strategy works, if it breaks and closes below this green line here, then I go short. If it breaks and closes above the red line, then I go long. But I don't really want to go long because gold is bearish. Let's see what Tokyo closing session, our Tokyo lunch run. Let's see what they're going to do. First candle looking bearish. I want to go over to my 5-minute chart real quick. See what that looks like. Yeah, definitely. In fact, I'm not going to, but I could jump the gun and go short right now. It's looking bearish on the 5-minute chart. And yeah, also on the 1-minute chart. I think we're going to see a turnaround now. But we don't know. Let's wait. Hey, Raj. Yeah, I had a great weekend. I hope you did too. I'm just wondering if anybody saw that movie that I've been promoting, Disclosure Day. Did anybody see that? Okay, here we are. 41.90, 41.89. Alex, I hope you moved your stop loss to break even. Because I think we might get a change in direction here. This is a minor support resistance zone that I have here, 41.90. It's just broken above that a little bit, but now coming back down. And then the major support and resistance you can't really see. Next resistance would be 42.50. That's our pivot point. And then the first support level, it's hard to see, is 41.20. And those are our major support and resistance levels. Okay, Okay, you moved your stop loss to break even. Good, good, good. Not a very big move yet for this first candle that we always look for, that we always watch for. Oh, now I can see there. The first support level, sorry guys, I missed that one. The first support level is 4170. All right, that's on the 10-minute chart. The major support level, which we've got right here, it was resistance here, then became support here, 4170. And then the further one down there is what I said, 4121. So we're at a minor support resistance level here now, 4190. Yeah, trying to go up, eh? Maybe the sellers are not quite awake yet. Of course, this is only 5 minutes into this candle. Today's high was 42.21. You can see it right there. That's the Shanghai opening. It was 42.21.13 on my chart. And the low today was just before Tokyo opened, and that was 41.36. So a pretty big move by Tokyo, eh? Yeah, they don't usually get that excited, but they went up there. They know where it needs to go. Always ask yourself, where does the price need to go to collect the orders? And that's where the liquidity pool is. And that's exactly what they did. That's about a $9 rejection right there. A classic liquidity grab. And of course, I wasn't awake, but if you were up during this time, you could just put your stop loss above that wick and go short on the next candle right there. And that was 42.13 down to 41.70. $40 move. Ah, look at this. Tokyo lunch run is bullish. Ah, interesting. Very interesting. I really don't want to take a long trade today. I just cannot believe that gold is going to go up. And yet oil is staying at $75. Doesn't make sense. It did have a big drop today, which is, I really don't get it. What's going on? That is just so much manipulation with oil. And that's because the last 3 months or so, everything that we've been trading is based on, the movement is based on the Middle East war and what that's been causing around to the global economy, inflation, and all of that. And supposedly, the war is finished and they have come to a deal. I just can't help but laughing because they were in Switzerland yesterday and agreeing on signing the papers and negotiating the final, I don't know what. And then the president starts getting on his phone and making threats about more bombing if they don't come to terms. I don't know. What is going on? And so then the delegations, they left. They just said, screw this. And they just they left Switzerland. So I think it's still all up in the air. I don't think there's been any final solution. Although apparently they signed some kind of paper over the weekend, and then they got to negotiate the terms or something. It's all crazy right now. I don't think they know what they're doing, at least from the, well, anyway. So all we can do is just let the price tell us what it's going to do. That's all we can do, and protect our capital. Don't try and figure out what geopolitics are going to come to, and we can't predict anything. It's just so much been on again and off again the last 3 months. Yeah, Raj, they changed their mind, but they're not very serious about going up. It doesn't look like. 4196. Okay, at 4200, that's going to be a strong psychological level to crack right there. They might just go up and breathe on it and then come back down. For you guys down under, if you'd have been up for the Tokyo opening, you could have had a fantastic move up, and then you saw this liquidity grab, and then had another good move down. But this is kind of when I woke up, was right over in here. This is my wake up time now. And so to let you guys know, I will not be here on Friday. I'll be here every day, but Friday I'm going to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And I'll be back on Monday. Now, here we go. Second candle. This is looking more like what I was expecting on the first candle. So it's going to take a while to get down there. I got to wait now 10 minutes. So while I'm waiting on that, let me go over to my let me hang on here a minute. Okay, 4194, 4180. Okay, let me just change to a different chart right quick. Let me save the charts. Okay, that's saved. Now I'm going to go over here and look at the 5-minute chart, which I draw my trend lines on. Okay, I have not adjusted the trend lines yet. This is previous day high, Friday, previous day low, Friday, and I have not adjusted the trend lines on this chart yet. Okay, so what I do when I get up, I need to see what's valid and what's not valid and readjust these. So this red trend line, well, obviously this is in the wrong place, so I need to fix that one, put that at the new touch point, which is right there. Okay. And now I've got two trend lines here. This one's still valid. This has not been touched yet. Okay, but this one has been touched. So this is not a valid trend line. I didn't take a trade in here. So this needs to be adjusted. So I'll put that one right there. Now you got two trend lines close together. That's okay. All right. So now I'm adjusted. But on the 5-minute chart, I only need about 30 candles for the correct amount of data. So I need to put in a new trend line here. This is touch point A, or no, touch point B. The first touch point is touch point A. This is touch point B. So that becomes my new touch point A, and that's touch point B. Now, and these go all the way back to the monthly chart, top-down analysis. So if I'm trading on the 5-minute chart, I don't, but I keep my trend lines on all the charts. Okay, that's more accurate right there. So now if this breaks below, now you see I've got several trend lines on here, but I have to adjust them. So now I'm good to go. If this breaks below my green trend line, I go short on the 5-minute chart. If it breaks above my red trend line, I go long. I hope that's clear for you, Alex, because I'm going to go back to my Usual chart, the 10-minute chart. This is the chart I trade on. I like the 10-minute chart. I have traded on the 5-minute and the 15-minute, but I've found my sweet spot on the 10-minute chart here. Hey, Howard, good to see you here. Been away for a few days. Okay, no problem. Who is Millie Sincharin 3210? Millie 3210. He's typing a lot of messages and deleting the messages. Millie, let me know where you're watching from. I haven't seen you in here before. And Alex, did you get all of that I went through on the 5-minute chart? Oh, very quiet session for the Tokyo lunch run, hey guys. Very quiet. One green and one red. Might be a nothing burger today. We've already had 2 good moves up, 1 good move up, 1 good move down. Maybe they're experiencing trade exhaustion. Now here we go. Getting a little something. Well, we could actually. That's at 8 o'clock and this was at 12 o'clock. Okay, on the 10-minute chart, I usually need 3 to 4 hours of data. And I usually try to get about 30 candles. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, I could come in there a little bit steeper. Nothing wrong with that. So touch point A, touch point B, that's fine. Now we're getting some downward movement. So what I would have done if I had put that in there, that candle would have been right there before the Tokyo lunch run, and this would have broken above. But I would want to wait for that because as I said, I'm really not looking for a long trade today. So actually, to follow the rules, I would take a trade on this candle here, a long trade. But I really don't want to take a long trade today. So now that we are where we are, let's put that right there. You have to also remember, look at the big picture. You don't ever just have one thing and you base your analysis on that one thing and you go all in. Consider that we are bearish on the day chart, the 4-hour chart. We are at a key resistance zone here at the 4,200 level, which strong psychological level. For it to break and go above that would be pretty hard. You'd need a lot of buyers to come in. So just because it got this one candle, you have to consider several factors. And then you got your stochastic down here. I don't trade based on the stochastic, but you can use that to give you confluence. You look at 3 or 4 different things. And if I had gone long on that, I would be in a loss right now. Now we're getting some action. Hey, congratulations, 200 pips. That's a big gain. Excellent. Well done. In fact, let's give Alex a round of applause. Yeah, good job, Alex. And now we're bouncing off of this minor support level here at 41.90. Just a, I don't know, it's a comedy of errors. Okay, now we're getting another bearish candle here. Kind of a late kickoff. Now that candle is finished, that previous candle, so I can move that over there just a little bit. Now, good. Just remember, whatever time frame you're trading on, you need about 30 candles of data to have a proper trend line. And what that works out, if you're trading on the 4-hour chart, that's a week's worth of data, 5 days. Of course, you don't need 5 days of data on a 10-minute chart before you can draw a trend line. About 30 candles. And I have shown you guys numerous times that this works very well, whatever time frame you're trading on. What happened to Millie? Oh, here we go, Howard, with his candle analysis. Head and shoulders formation on the 15-minute chart. Inverted head and shoulders. Okay. I don't know. I don't look at that stuff. I try to keep it simple. No, I don't try. I just keep it simple. I used to have the Steve Nyson book on candlestick charts. It cost about $200. This is 20 years ago. And I would have that book right in front of me, checking out all the candlestick formations, evening stars, morning stars, hammers, haramis, engulfing. But that was back in the day. Head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, back in the day. If it works for you, Howard, that's great. But I've been there, done that. Only ones I'll really pay attention to, the only formations would be the doji, which can be quite significant, indicating either change in direction or a continuation. And also, I notice the engulfing candles, a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing, because they are momentum candles. There's a lot of momentum when you get a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing, and quite often that will indicate a change in direction. So those two I really pay attention to. Yeah. Is it heading towards 42.30? Taking all short orders. 42.30 next resistance. 42.30. It's not even on my chart. 42.30. Up here? Why have you got 42.30? Let me just see here. 42.30. Okay, yeah. From a few days ago, from Friday. We just put a line in there, eh? 42.30. Is that where that is? 42.31. Okay, there's your 42.30. All right, it could go up there, yeah. Anything is possible. But we've already taken out the liquidity pool in the beginning of the Shanghai session. And then we had that big manipulation push down. And now it's recovered from that slightly. But it cannot break above 4,200. Look at this. 10, 20, 30 minutes. So I really think we're seeing strong resistance in that 4,200 zone. There's 41.99, 4,200 right there. If it's going to go higher, it's got to break above and stay above 4,200. I don't see that happening. $4,200, our main strong resistance for right now. And it's at 41.96. Oh yeah, guys, don't forget to check out forexfactory.com. I posted in the Telegram group. There is the only news for the US economy is on Thursday. Everything else is Canadian and Australian. A lot of Australian news this week, especially on Wednesday and Thursday. Tonight we have the Canadian news, the CPI. If you trade the CAD, USD CAD, Euro CAD, AUD CAD. But it's kind of a quiet week for the news. Europe is opening in 4 minutes. Yeah. Let's see what they do. I will stick around here for the first few minutes of the European opening. And then I'm going to go outside and eat breakfast. So Alex closed his trade. I assume nobody else has a trade open. I don't have any trade open yet. Got 8 people watching. If you're new to the channel, let me know where you're watching from. Don't be bashful. Type in the chats. So we got 3 indecisive candles here. This is the beginning of the Tokyo lunch run, and it has just fizzled out, done nothing. Sometimes that happens. Wonder what Europe and London will do today. Who's cheering for the World Cup? Who are you cheering for? I don't really watch the World Cup. I watch the final, sure, but I don't. I haven't. Being American, I grew up with gridiron football, American football, so never did really grow up with soccer, and I don't follow it. I know it's pretty popular all over the world, but I don't really follow it. Okay, getting a little bit of a push down now. Oh, you only close half the trade. Okay. Now Europe is open. And we got a doji here. How about that? That can be continuation of the upward move, or it could be a reversal. Let me just go quickly to my 5-minute chart. Looking to be bearish on the 5-minute chart. Well, a little bit. Definitely bearish on the 1-minute chart. But no, still neutral on the 5-minute chart. But definitely turning bearish on the 1-minute chart. And oil still trading at $75. No movement on oil, which is pretty low compared to what it has been, over $100. But, Iran said they closed the strait again, so I would expect oil to be going up, but it's not. DXY, let's see what the dollar is doing. Okay. Dollar trying to go higher. Not a whole lot of, it's just no clear direction, guys. That's all I can say. No clear direction today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and head out. And if you are watching and you're new and you want to reach out to me, you can do that on Telegram. My ID is @RickRayFX. And I have a Telegram chat group for traders. If you want to be added to that, let me know. And I'll be happy to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and sign out. It's pretty much a nothing burger today. Yeah, I'm just going to wait. No point in trying to force a trade. I think it's going to go down. I'm not going to go short. And if you think it's going up, better just wait. The market will present an opportunity, but it's just not right now. So just be patient. Come back later. Let's see what London might have for us. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Don't forget to click the like button, and I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good day wherever you are in the world.